Everyone, if you are trying to find out what to do in the commencement week, then first of all, congratulations. You are about to become an Harvard graduate. And if you are still in your last class or the last two courses and waiting for the results to come out, still a big congratulations, because this is this is big. This is huge. So definitely give a pat on your back. It's one of the best feelings and one of the best experiences you will have. Went through graduation last year. There was like a lot of information everywhere, so I wanted to share with you what are all the things that you need to make sure you have. Now commencement is generally in May, and if you haven't yet booked your hotel, please go ahead and do it. Most likely you will run out of all the cheaper hotels that are there around Harvard. So that's number one, the hotel. I booked personally 1 year back. I was planning 1 year back from when I knew I'm gonna graduate. So I graduated last year and I booked the year before that. Even then, the cost was humongous. So if you are not in Boston region and you are in a place at least you can travel to, then be ready to spend a little bit on the accommodations, especially if you have family coming in. So that's the first and foremost, is your choosing your accommodation. Make sure you do that the first thing. Maybe look, if you are not sure whether you're gonna come or not and you are wondering the money is gonna go waste, I would really want you to first book it. Maybe book one which has refundable option. If you are within US, I am not sure if hotels.com has that same feature outside US, or if they even have outside US, but I used hotels.com. I stay within US and I used hotels.com because they always had options of maybe canceling even 2 days before the actual date. So as for hotel, I booked the Cambria Hotel in Somerville. Even though it's in Somerville and Harvard is actually in Cambridge, it's not that far. It's within 1 mile, and that walking is it's not nothing. It's actually nothing compared to what you're gonna do on that day. It's very neat. So if you see that available, go for it. It's a very nice hotel, very special. Price is about the same as other do it. Even I had my mom who flew from India, and trust me, she cannot walk that much, but she was able to walk that distance on that day. So um, I wouldn't, if you find it and you're not finding anything within around the campus, go for it. Okay, so the next thing, once you have your hotel, is to make sure that you are coming in for the whole week if you can. See, I lived very nearby, so I was kind of in a dilemma. I kind of booked one room from Sunday till the Friday, because the commencement is generally on a Thursday, and I booked it from Sunday till Friday. And then I had other room which was booked from Tuesday to Friday. I wanted to make a decision right in at that day, because I was working and I didn't want to, make that decision too far away. And I had the opportunity to be able to cancel it, so I didn't mind. I just went ahead with it eventually, and thank God I did it. I went on Sunday. I would say, even if you can, like, come on Saturday. It's one of a lifetime experience. I cannot um, you know stress that enough. It's one of a lifetime experience. If this is your, for me, it is my only master's right now, and I did my master's after almost like 15 years of my bachelor's. So it was really, really important for me to be able to experience it. And so if you can, please do it. I'm so glad I did it for the whole week. So try to be there, at least if not Saturday, be there Sunday, because each event starts from like Monday. So from Monday onwards, you have so many events in and around the campus. You don't want to miss it, trust me. So I think this year the commencement is on May 23rd. Um, and as you are all aware, Harvard Extension is part of it, part of the main event, as always, because Harvard Extension is one of the schools of Harvard University. So if anybody else says anything, just don't listen to it. We are part of the Harvard University. We are graduating from Harvard University. You will get the degree conferred with everyone in the Harvard yard. So that was so touching when um, the president, he conferred the university degree on all of us within the whole year. It was something. So please do be there. If you're there, experience it. I made some notes to make sure that you don't miss out anything, because it was really difficult for all of us to figure out things. We had WhatsApp groups to help out each other, but still, there were times when people were falling behind. So I thought, why not collate everything so that somebody will benefit from it. So what we have is basically the main event. If you can't do anything, definitely come for the main event, which is on, again, Thursday, and it generally starts about, I believe it was about 8:30 or 9. The main ceremony, in the sense, like when the speaker starts speaking. But before that, I think from 6 a.m., if I remember correctly, 6 a.m. we had to be there. There was breakfast, obviously. The whole Harvard Extension School was there. So anybody who was graduating from Harvard Extension was there. There was breakfast, and we also got a lamp. I'm hoping that I will add that in so that you can see how it is. So it was very touching. So we were given a lamp, and that was the kind of like the logo for the school, right? So you get that, you get breakfast, you get water, have your kind of get ready. Then everybody starts walking. I think for Harvard Extension, we started walking around 7:30. So they will give you the location of where to meet. Ours was at that time at the museums. So there was a green area at the Harvard museums where the Harvard Extension School kind of met together. And then from there, we all walked. If you haven't seen last year's videos, please go ahead and see. Try to be in the front. I really wanted to, so that you can really experience holding that, with the professors and dean, and it's just once in a lifetime experience. So do as you wish. There were people who were, taking videos all throughout the way. There were people who wanted to walk together. So if you are coming alone, try to be in the front. You have the whole school with you, so why not? if you think of Harvard Yard, and if you haven't been to, actually the day before, what you can do is take a look around the campus uh, for that event. So Thursday, right? So Thursday event, from Wednesday afternoon onwards, they are gonna close all the gates and will make it a gated entry, um, which means that you need to have a ticket to enter. So I would say, I wanted to go a little early. I took my sister also, just to make sure that they know where to enter from, because there are so many gates, right? So which gate would be the most nearest to, um, where we are sitting, most nearest, nearest to, what time you're coming, where you will be able to see. um, so and I don't know if that changes year after year, but last year, so if you look at, um, the Widener Library, so if Widener Library is in my back, then Harvard Extension School sat on the left side, of the library, and the I think the business school was on the right side, and the college is on the front. And with the business school, there were other, um, schools on the medical, divinity, all schools on the right side. The reason being, Howard Extension School is obviously one of the biggest schools right after college, with the most number of students graduating. So they had to leave the whole left side for Howard Extension School. So the reason I'm telling you all this is so that you can make sure your family members, you know, because it's gonna be too many people for them on that day. So it's always good for them, if you take them day before, just to see the layout of land. You will see the school flags, so you will know where we are generally sitting. So you can show them that, so that they know this is where it's all gonna happen. That's about, the main day. Now, I am sure you must have gotten, this is March, so yeah, I remember by March you should have got an email explaining on the fact that you're gonna be receiving another email to buy your robe or rent your robe, and also how to get the tickets. So the bad thing is that you only get 2 tickets for the morning event, 2 tickets for the evening event. Sorry, not evening, but afternoon event. So the morning is for the whole Harvard University. You'll get only 2 tickets, other than you, so you can take 2 guests with you. And in the afternoon, which is just for the Harvard Extension School, that was also 2 tickets. Um, the good thing is, now at that time, it literally felt like it's impossible. I won't be able to get any extra tickets. I had my sister, my brother-in-law, my 2 nieces, my mom, my boyfriend. So it was like almost 6 people, and I had only 2 tickets. I was really worried whether I'm gonna be able to get them all in, because they have come from different places, and I wanted them there to experience it. But I also, you know, if there are no other tickets, what do you do? So one good thing is that the Smith Center, it's temperature controlled. They have monitors to watch that event, but obviously everybody will get 2 tickets. Most of people have more than two, take to the event, and might be that your family member, even if they go to Smith Center, or you might be able to sit, but won't be able to experience the Harvard year. So I always want to try at least. If you get it, well, good. If not, so what I did was, the whole week leading to the event, I was in different WhatsApp groups, and you will have multiple WhatsApp groups, and I just kept following up with people. Somewhere or the other, somebody will say, "Hey, I'm not coming. I have some extra tickets," or somebody will say that, "Hey, my friend just or my family member just couldn't come," or somebody will say that, "Hey, can you give me morning tickets? I will exchange the evening one with morning one," or the other way around. So I kind of reached out to each and every one of them who responded, and sometimes it did not work out, sometimes it worked out, and finally I was able to get 8 tickets extra. So so and I helped one of my other friend who were not able to get the tickets. I helped her, for her family. I gave the extra ones to her. So just try it, but just maybe do it within like whatever you can. The problem is that the whole week before that, I was so engrossed in trying to get tickets. It was like I was losing out on the experience also. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. Maybe try it, but not that much. If somebody is really giving a hard time, like there were people who told me, "You come to some XYZ place, then I'll give you," I even sat in the taxi trying to go, but then the taxi was costing me $70, and I was like, okay, but I don't even know this place, and I don't even know this person. So do I want to take a risk? Maybe not. So I did not eventually go to that person. And then there were people who were scouting tickets, people who were selling tickets for $100, $200, $300. I understand people are coming, spending a lot, coming from different places. So if you can make money for someone who wants to pay for it, but as per Harvard policy, you are not supposed to sell tickets officially. Somebody is just giving it to you, but if not, you are not supposed to. So that was another drama in between. People are really like bidding on tickets. So that's with the tickets. Now, number 3 is that the week before the whole event starts, basically from that Saturday, the event is on Thursday. From that Saturday, you will be able to pick up the tickets, and if you're renting the robe, you will be able to pick up the robe. The robe you have to pick up from Harvard Co-op, and the tickets you have to pick up from Harvard Extension School. And for the overall ticket, you get it in email, where you can download it from. So And the ticket pickup, the university wide, the morning exercise, you will require a Harvard University ID or a government issued photo ID. So if you have the Harvard ID, take it with you. If you don't have it, you can, like go a day before, right? In any weekdays, Monday to Friday, I think it's 8 to 4, Smith Center is open. I mean, uh, where they give you the lanyard and your ID, that office is open. It's in Smith Center, top floor. Generally, if you have already passed out, they are not going to give you an ID. So you will have to do with a photo ID. Hotel, we talked about tickets. Make sure you register so that you can get at least those 2 tickets. If you don't register, you won't get it. You can still try afterwards with the admissions team. With the commencement team, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to get into any issues, right? So make sure you register. The guest tickets are mandatory for them to enter the theater, right? For the commencement exercises, the university will advise, and that's why I was saying that all the gates get closed, and they will make sure that you are not bringing a bag larger than 12 into 12 into 12, and backpacks are not permitted. So try to make sure. For my family, for my sister, my mother, I brought them some like tote bags which are sized a little less than 12 into 12 into 12. It wasn't too expensive. I got it on Amazon. So any 12 into 12 into 12 less bags is fine, because they are going to sit there for the whole time, right? So they will need water, they will need some kind of food, right, or something to just get on with the day. Okay, now on Sunday, right, the Sunday before the Thursday, there were events for Harvard Extension School with Nancy Coleman, the dean. I think there was like speech and breakfast or lunch, and then seeing visiting some of the places in Harvard. I haven't been to that Sunday one because it got sold out from before. So that's when I was mentioning that if you see that email, just jump on it. Keep checking Harvard Extension commencement website. They might, like, literally the tickets were going away in like seconds. So just go for it if you have it. That was on Sunday. On Monday, and definitely do this, there was ceremonies or events, the different groups, affinity groups, right? There were different affinity group celebrations. I think some were on Monday, some were on Tuesday. There are groups for Asians. There are groups for first time graduates. So there are groups for Latinos. Like, if you are part of a group, you can go. And it's not like they were initially, I did not register. I told them that you have to fill out a form, and I said that I may not come, but I anyways ended up going, and it's not a big deal. They have enough space. And so since it's on Tuesday, it was on Monday, most people hadn't even reached there. So this is for the whole Harvard University, so please go. I went to the Asians one, and it was beautiful. Like, you walk on the stage, they will give your name, they will put the slasher news as the slasher news. So it's one of a lifetime experience, and there's enough space for your family to sit and everyone to come.
So then I took the GREs and started applying to get a biochemistry PhD. Nah. Then I took the LSATs and applied to law school. When I got in, my long-suffering parents bought me a briefcase that I still have to this day, unused. Because I scrapped the law school plans too when I was hired through an affirmative action program for an entry-level job at Time magazine, which was, at last, a door to a professional world that felt thrilling and wonderful. And by the way, the minority recruiter from Time, a Southern white man to whom I'm forever grateful, had a word circled on my resume when he first interviewed me. That word was biochemistry. It was what made me stand out to him. So you see, it all worked out, as I know it will for you. But if I could turn back time, I would have stayed in that Gov course and taken a lesson learned. Fear of failure is really dumb. But there was one thing I did right at Harvard. I became an Asian American. Even though there were fewer than 100 Asian Americans in my class versus the more than 400 in each college class now, coming here from my white suburban Ohio hometown was like reaching a lush oasis. I threw myself into AAA, the Asian American Association, the Radcliffe Asian Women's Group, and the Koreans of Harvard Radcliffe.
One thing is, I don't know if it's gonna work this time, but last time, and somebody told us that if you sit towards the back, you get to the stage faster because they start pulling the lines from the back. If everybody starts doing that, it's gonna be bad. So, if you are hearing this, it's a tidbit for you. And the good thing for that is that obviously it's a long ceremony, right? The more people there are, it will take long. If you don't want to sit through the whole thing, sit at the back. uh, I know it's sometimes feel like, oh, you're gonna just hear your name and go away. Well, there's so much things to do. You have to keep your priorities straight. My priority was to make sure that my parents can experience everything, yet it's not too much for them, as well as I wanted to keep as much time to like take pictures, to like this, just soak in that experience, just walk around, soak in. So that's why I make sure to sit in the back, so we could go first, towards the first in the line. That was Monday. Tuesday, we had dinner. The Harvard Alumni Association, should correct myself, Harvard Extension Schools Alumni Association presented a dinner for everyone, plus guest, plus one guest. And that one is only one guest. Luckily, I don't know if there are more guests, what happens. Because I had only one guest that day, so I really did not think about what if but I didn't see anybody. Actually, no, I didn't see anybody bringing in more than one guest. So it was in the Anberg Hall, so I guess they have very limited sitting in there. And I think that was also, you have to register, or else you won't be able to get in, because it's limited number of seats. It's in a hall, and the hall has limited sitting. So please make sure you register for it. Just keep looking at the Harvard Extension commencement website. They are gonna post over there. Keep looking at your email, make sure that you're getting their emails. Definitely go for that. It was such a fabulous dinner experience.
So the first point on the President's report is to report on this great celebration of 2023. Cheers.
Badge of a Harvard education, which both opens doors and creates expectations for impact. I'm not the only one who's going to tell you that. On that tonight. We'll hear that as a theme this week. Being part of such an extraordinary community opens doors to new ventures, enables professional growth, and facilitates the sharing of knowledge and expertise. Our alumni have gone on to make significant contributions to academia, business, technology, public service, and many other spheres.
About putting in the effort after a hard day. I would come here at the end of the day, and I have to tell you, I live in Rhode Island, I'm trained. There was never a day I had to drag myself here. This was the highlight of my week, was to come here and to be with you. And I realized, even though I'd had a long, hard day, so had you. Some of you were coming after work. Some of you were coming after classes that you were taking in another school. Some of you were starting all over again, which I know was one of the hardest things.
I definitely take lots of pictures. You know, there were picture booths behind, and the food was just too good. That's where we basically get welcome to the Harvard Alumni Association, Harvard Extension School Alumni Association, and you know, it's just one of a lifetime experience. That was on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, we had our class picture. So make sure it was at 9 o'clock, if I remember correctly, at the Widener Library. Make sure you have your, you know, like the whole dress and everything, and the robe and everything you collected before that. If not, that's fine, but everybody will wear it, so you know, wear it. Just don't put your hat on, because they're gonna make you take the hat, especially if you are standing towards the front, because it will block the people behind you. So don't have your hat, have your robe, and you know, be there. Try to be in the front. It's a big group. It's like a class photo, right? So you can imagine there will be so many people. 1100 students graduated last year. Maybe in the picture there was not 1100 but 300 to 400, and you know, it's your luck if you are in front. If not, thankfully I was in the second row towards the side, so I could figure out myself from that photo, because if you're buying that photo, you know, I know it's experience, but still I would want to be in the picture where I can even recognize myself. So, okay, so that was Wednesday. I had my rest of my family coming on Wednesday, so I made sure that the rest of the day was, you know, with them, taking them around the campus, taking pictures, obviously. And if you can, try to take your graduation pictures maybe on Monday or Tuesday, because that's when there's all the, you know, the festivities are up, the decorations are up, but less number of people, because Wednesday it was too much crowd. Thursday it was too much crowd. You know, everybody's taking pictures, right? So the earlier you go, the better chances of getting pictures. And then on Thursday is the main day. The day starts early. You will be out from morning 6 a.m. if you're in for the full day. The morning 6 a.m. breakfast for HES, walk down with the school to the Harvard Yard. Then you have to sit there from 9 to 12 was the Harvard commencement ceremony. Tom Hanks came during our year. It was, again, mind-blowing experience. Try to sit in the front or in the sides. You know, you can just go, it's just easy to roam around, or else you're stuck in a place for like 3 hours. So you know, it's up to you.
As the High Sheriff of Middlesex County, I declare that the meeting will be in order!
They will forever wisely enjoy the freedoms that their education has given to them, while bearing the responsibilities that their learning demands of them. Each of these groups will now be introduced to you by the deans responsible for the program.
Mr. President and members of the boards of overseers, as Dean of Continuing Education and University Extension, I have the honor to present to you these lifelong learners who through their ability, curiosity, and drive are candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Liberal Arts and Master of Liberal Arts in Extension Studies.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Liberal Arts or Master of Liberal Arts in Extension Studies and admit you to the Fellowship of Educated Individuals. Congratulations.
When a publication took a poll a decade ago, asking respondents to name the most trusted person in America, he finished on top. And as the President of the United States said in presenting him with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, he has always saved his best role for real life, earning the best title you can have, a good man.
Policy is something I scan in the newspaper just before I do the Wordle. And yet here I am, closing for Josiah Palestine Vick. Thank you. Some of us here can recite by repetition the preamble to a television show we might have seen 5 days a week about a strange being from another planet with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men, Superman, who, disguised as a mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper — there were many metropolitan newspapers once, some have said, oh my God, there's a million. They are all enmeshed in that never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the American way. And in such a struggle, being a Superman he was a young man and registered for the draft. He filled out the form for his name and age, but when it came to his race, he wrote human. So tell me, what are we all but human? Yeah, we are all but human. Now, as an armchair historian who reads nonfiction for pleasure, the books divine that there has never been a graduating class that has not faced the greatest challenges of all time.
After that 12 p.m. you have to immediately walk to where Harvard commencement, extension school commencement will happen. So they will give you the location of where it is. It's best if you again go fast, sit at the back of when you enter there, so that it's up to you. Again, I wanted to do it fast because I knew my mom, my nieces, they were up from 6 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be too much for them. And also all my friends, we were all sitting in the back, so I was good with that. The good thing about the Harvard Extension commencement, I don't know if they're going to change locations, but it was in a park. So even if you don't have the two, you have more than 2 guests and you are not able to get that ticket, that's fine. Believe me, it was a park, so we had seen like people like standing all around just to get a glimpse of it. So if nothing else, if you're not able to get a ticket, the Harvard Extension School commencement won't be a big problem because it's an open park kind of. But try your best. You obviously want them to sit and not be standing the whole time. So that went on from, I believe, from 1 to 3. Since we were the initial 2 lines, we were done by 2 o'clock. With the commencement speech, dean's speech, and a few other speeches. We were done by 2 o'clock and 2:30, and then we walked back on that evening, the Harvard Club of Boston also arranges for dinner for graduates. That one you have to pay. So I did pay for my whole family, and Harvard Club of Boston, they give you free entry for 1 year. So I thought, yeah, why not become a member? You get 1 year membership free for you and your guest, and you just have to pay for the dinner. So I paid for it, and we went for it. Friday morning also I went for a walk to see if we can, like, take some more pictures and all, and the gates were still locked. So make sure, if you have your Harvard ID and you want to go in on Friday, make sure you have your ID to be able to get in, or else they might stop you. Make sure you don't have big backpacks, you don't have no more than 212 into 12. I think they took out the gates on Friday, so till Friday everything was kind of blocked. That's pretty much it. Friday we kind of started from there after lunch. So if you don't have anything else to do in Boston, if you have enjoy Boston. Now I have moved to Boston, so it's a fabulous city. But it's up to you. I know it's expensive, but again, it's a one-time experience. So just go for it. Enjoy your time. Oh, by the way, there was still so we did. So when you get your robe, you don't get a sash, kind of, from the university. So there was some student who created a sash with a site called Uni Celebrations. It charged us around $50 with shipping, so it wasn't too bad. The sash was really good, like, it was beautiful. It wasn't very cheap quality or anything, so it was good. We had written Harvard Class of 2023. And we also had the sashes from the affinity celebration. So overall I had like two to three sashes, and it was just superb. I know people came with, like, they had you know like done some designs on their hat, and even like on the sash and all. So go for it if you can do it. My dad just passed away, so and he was extremely, like, he would have been so happy if he had seen me graduate. I couldn't. I really wanted to take it, but didn't have time with work and all. If you have time, decorate your hat. It's nice. Okay, so I leave you here. Congratulations. Just relax and congratulate you.